Hey everybody, Robert from Black Belt Gaming. It's been less than 24 hours since I uploaded my last video. No comments yet indicating mistakes, so I thought I would push on a little more here with Defenders of the Realm and some of its expansions. Some bad luck here at the beginning of the game. In the first two turns, Sapphire, the Dragon General, has advanced 2 spaces. And so that makes, well, 2 spaces away from us losing the game. And we're not ready for him. Not at all. But I've got 2 more characters that need to take their turns. Let's start with the Eagle Rider. Well, let's take a look at the Eagle Rider. My first time playing these characters, I believe. The Eagle Rider's basic abilities are that it can fly 4 spaces. You don't need to use a special card for that. If you're ending your turn on the ground in Monarch City or a blue location, you gain an extra action the next turn. And attacks. At the beginning, you must choose one attack style, and you may not change it during the turn. Right now, we're in the sky. And basically that protects you when you stop over a location that has enemy minions. You don't take any damage. And a ground attack, you can suffer damage from minions. Generals can mess with you. But you get a reroll. May reroll all dice 1 time each combat against minions and generals, except for the undead general. But you're vulnerable to taking damage. Queen's Champions here. When fighting troops or adjacent to Monarch City, you add +1 to each die rolled. That's nice. And then, additionally, when you move, if minions move into Monarch City, you must move back there and protect the Queen. So you have vowed to protect the Queen and have been initiated into a prestigious Champions of the Queen club. I don't know, whatever it is. And we have something here for our quest, Healers of Brookdale. The potions of the Healers of Brookdale Village are legendary. So you can go to the Brookdale Village, which I'm looking on the map. That's not so far away. It's 2 spaces away. And roll 4 dice, and for any 4, 5s, or 6 rolled, you get a healing potion. So let me consider my actions here. Well, I need to give him his 2 hero cards. Finally got 1 card. Well, that makes 2 among our champions that we could use to fight Sapphire, but it's just a single die. Ooh, we need more hero cards. That's the deal. All right, so I know I'm not ready for the general. So let's go ahead and spend an action token to fly over to Brookdale Village. And we're going to spend a second action to roll 4 dice. So I'm just going to take 1 of each color. But we do have a High Council card called Sprites of the Realm. They are aiding us in our quests. So heroes add 1 die to all quest rolls. So we're going to add a bonus one here. We'll just make it a green. So it's saying here that on 4, 5, or 6, we get to place an action token on this card, and it's considered to be a dose of healing potion. So let's go ahead and give this a roll. And that will be 3 doses on the card. So I'm going to reach into my little bag here with the life tokens, and we'll put 3 of those on here to indicate healing potions. And I think we get to draw a new quest card for the Eagle Rider. Rockbridge Spirits. Recruit the ancient champions that rest in the crypts of Rockbridge. This is another new one. Travel to Rockbridge Pass, seeking help from the ancient champion. Spend 1 action, roll 2 dice to perform the ceremony. For each 5 or 6 rolled, defeat 2 minions anywhere on the board. Those minions may be on different locations. All right, so that'll be our new quest for the Eagle Rider. I think for his third action, our Eagle Rider will travel 1, 2, maybe up to Wolf Pass here. And I think for his last action, I think we're going to go with an attack. So we're going to attack the 3 minions there. So if we're unsuccessful, it's all right. We're not going to take damage. We're up in the sky. And what do we need? I think we need 5s or better. So, well, we've killed 2 of them. All right, so let's remove 2 Dragonkin. That's pretty good. Those guys are the hardest ones to take down. And I think we're heading into the evening, so let's draw a couple of cards for our Eagle Rider. So here are the 2 we have. We draw a green and another green. Sure could use blue, but just not getting it in the draw. And we're heading into the night, and we're still in the early war, so we draw 1 card, and fortunately it says all is quiet, no darkness spread, and no generals move. Thank goodness. Well, now we're over to our Lone Wolf Barbarian. Lone Wolf says that you are a loner, and you're stronger when you fight by yourself, so when you're fighting alone, you get to add 1 die to each attack you make against minions or 2 dice against generals. When you're in a group, though, you roll 2 less dice. That's really bad. Battle Rage, you can spend action points to boost the die results. I'm not exactly sure if that's before or after the die is rolled. No, it says prior to the attack, so before. Famed Warrior, if you defeat 2 or more enemies. With the first attack, other enemies in adjacent areas will run away. And then if you end your space in a black location, draw 3 hero cards. Choose 2 and discard 1. Her quest. Her quest is the Pearl of Fortune. She needs to travel to the Seagull Lagoon, which is currently tainted right now and full of dragonkin. But you can attempt to dive for this pearl. If you get it, it allows you to do a reroll, which is great. I was about to start my turn on the board, but we need a couple of hero cards. Still just not getting the blues that we need. All right, to give you a little different view here. Our barbarian is in Monarch City. We're thinking about moving up for 1 action to Wolf Pass. Maybe taking another action and getting up to the lagoon. So that will be 2 actions out of her 5. And I think we're going to try to just go berserk on the dragonkin there. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to spend 2 actions to boost the results of our die rolls by 2. And we get to add 1 die to each attack you make against minions. So we get an extra die here. So we're going to be rolling 4 dice and +2 on each of those dice. All right, so we've got our 3 Dragonkin dice. We're going to add a black die here for our bonus. +2 to each of these. So that's good enough. That would become a 4, which is not good enough. So I think we've defeated 2. All right, so as I understand the Barbarian, we defeat 2 of the Dragonkin. 1 remains. So I think we're going to be taking some damage here. However, I believe we are, if you defeat 2 or more enemies with the first attack, was it one enemy, remove 1 enemy minion from each adjacent location as they flee in fear. So this guy runs away, and this guy runs away, and this guy runs away. So that's pretty good. That's why I spent the extra action points there. 1 enemy remaining. What I was hoping to do was to spend my last action to try to complete my quest, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to spend it to fight this remaining Dragonkin. So, just a single die here. However, don't we get a bonus die for some reason? Oh, the lone warrior, the lone wolf. So we're going to add a second die, black die here. And it's not good enough. We didn't get a 5 or better. So we actually end up taking a point of damage as we end our turn on the lagoon. So our Barbarian loses a life token. We're just going to put it over here, maybe upside down, as a point of damage. Well, that's not good, but these guys are hard to fight. So I think we're going to head into the evening now and draw a couple of cards. We're getting a lot of black and red, just everything but blue. Darkness spreads. Let's see what nastiness is coming now. Woo, that freaked me out there. I thought Sapphire was going to go again, but that's Heaven's Glade. That's the one he's already passed through. So the Forest gets 1, and Seabird Port, well, going to get 2 green and 2 black on Seabird Port. All right, let's see if we can find these 2 in the Forest. That's going to be way down here, nearly off screen. And 2 undead at the port, where, that's right here. Okay, well, at least a general didn't move this time, which is great. And I think that wraps up our first complete turn of all 4 heroes. Again, let me know if you spotted any mistakes. I'm going to be filming from time to time as I have a chance. And I will catch you later. All right, I do have time to squeeze in a couple of turns here. Let's refresh the Ranger. And let's see what he can do from the Father Oak Forest. All right, from his beginning position here, I think we'll spend an action token to launch an attack toward Seabird Port. We have a couple of undead minions there. So archery attack on the undead. So 2 arrows incoming. And that's a 3 and a 3. I don't think either one of those are good enough. No, we need 4s or better on the undead. So that was a wasted action. Actually, he gets a bonus action on his turn because he started in the a green area. So he gets elf support. So let's just say that was some elven arrows there that missed their targets. So now he's going to spend his first regular action, that was his bonus action, to shoot. And we got one of them, so took out one of the undead. All right, so we got one of those knocked out of the way. It helps a little bit. Let's see. We could move, and if we move into that blue area, it won't cost us an action due to being a Brotherhood of the Trackers. You may enter a blue location each turn without spending an action to move there, as long as you have some action points remaining. Well, I tell you what, for a second action, let's have him move back to Monarch City. And I think I'm going to have him go for his Feed the Orphans quest. I think I can do it. The Feed the Orphans quest says that travel to Monarch City, spend 1 action, and discard 2 cards of the same color. So that'll be our third. We can discard our 2 black cards here. And when we do that, it says, as a reward, reveal hero cards until you draw a special card. So let's do that now. And the first one was right there. That is a special card. We get to add that. And I'm going to shuffle here. Reveal cards until you draw a special card. Take it into your hand and reshuffle the deck. Don't really know how good that was. We needed to lose a couple of hero cards to get that, but at least that gives us something to attack Sapphire in the future. Let's draw a new quest card. We've completed that one. So remember McCorm. Well, this is quite a wordy one. The Duke's castle has been under siege for weeks and needs to be rescued. Add black or blue minions to McCorm Highlands if and when available from the supply to bring the total to 3 minions. These minions may not be attacked until you complete the quest as below. You need to travel to the Highlands during the evening phase of each of your turns. Let me read this. Wow, this one doesn't seem like a good one at all. It's more like an event. This castle is under siege, and it's got minions there. These minions cannot be attacked until you complete this quest. And if you don't get there fast enough, the castle will fall and an enemy advance any one general 1 space. But the reward is just that you keep this from happening. So I don't really like this one. So the setup, add black or blue minions. Let's just take a few black undead minions. And we need to add them to the McCorm Highlands. I built a gate there. And the sorceress is there right now in the form of undead. But she can't hurt these guys yet, I don't think. Add black or blue minions to the Highlands when available to bring it to 3. These minions may not be attacked until you complete the quest below. I guess my question is, does that, if you draw a Darkness Spreads, is that going to create overrun and taint the land? I guess it might. Anyway, I need to get my ranger up there, or tokens start to be added to the card. Anyway, there's a chance that the castle may fall. So my ranger has 2 actions remaining. And let's see what I can do about that. Well, this is not a very good quest. We're going to spend an action to march into the Dancing Stone and spend our last action to Magic Gate up to the McCorm Highlands. So we are there. Travel to the Highlands. And when you arrive, roll 1 die. Well, we're there. There's no action tokens on the card. So each evening, you would be adding a token to the card. And we haven't allowed an evening to pass yet. You know, I wonder if we needed to rush that quickly. Because the sorceress is there, and she might be able to start working down the population there. But it says, during the evening phase of each of your turns. So it's not each of the other heroes' turns. So maybe I'm a bit in too much of a rush to get there. So I don't know if I needed to do that. I tell you what, I'm not going to rush quite so quickly. I'll spend an action to move here, and I'll spend one more to end my turn in the Whispering Woods. I might be able to get an extra action next turn, and I might be able to conduct a little archery here against these adjacent minions that might help, and then work my way up to the Highlands. I think I can get there. But that's true. That's true. The sorceress can't whittle those minions down. It has to be the ranger that gets there. I still think we're okay going here. So we're going to end our turn at the Whispering Woods. We will head into the evening. So I need to put one marker here, one token on this quest card. So we'll just mark that. We've got one token on here as we enter the evening. We get to draw a couple of hero cards for the ranger. And finally, we got one for Sapphire, which is good. And then a Darkness Spreads. And boy, it looks like the general orc is going to be on the move. But let's put these out first. We've got the Unicorn Forest. We'll get 2. That's way over here. Crystal Hills. We'll get a couple of dragons. Where's Crystal Hills? That takes that up to 3. And then the Orc General will move 1 space to Amarak Peak. Supposed to get 2 minions, but thanks to the global effects, which I should draw now, the High Council card, he's only going to take 1 minion with him. But let's go back over here and take a look at this High Council and see. A general did move. The Druids of the Forest respond to the needs of the realm. Build a magic gate on a green location. I'll consider that. The Druids begin to defend the forest by attacking minion troops. Place 3 action tokens on this card. When minions are to be placed on green locations, You may discard one token to prevent the placement of those minions. So it's not one token per minion. It's one token that prevents minions from being on that green location. Well, let's think about this. I really like that Druid card, but I'm also tempted to put a Magic Gate down here. That's just off the screen, isn't it? I don't think you can see it. Right here. Right in the bottom right of the screen. We've got two minions here in the Wyvern or Wyvern Forest. And we've got 3 over here, Tainted, 3 over here, 2 over here. This is getting bad down here. Why don't we use the High Council card to build a Magic Gate on a green location? So I'm going to put this card to the side. We're going to take one of our Magic Gates and I'm going to put it on the forest space down here. It might help. And let's see. The general moved. He got his minion. I think that wraps it up for the ranger's turn. All right, we're starting up the turn for the sorceress, and since she can't hurt these undead minions right now, I think I'm going to have her change her illusion, change her disguise. Why don't we make her appear as an orc? She has this orc hatred. Gets an extra die in battle against orc minions. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can take care of some of the minions nearby. So for her first action, she's going to move to Amarak Peak. And with her orc hatred, she's going to attack the minion that is there. So I guess if we don't deal with that minion, we can't leave. As long as there's an orc minion there. So get 1 extra die. She's in disguise. So I think this will work together. Let's see. At the start of your turn, okay, ambush +2 to each die rolled with the first attack made. So that's enough to kill the orc there. So the general is by himself. Let's see. So we've got rid of the minions there. She's going to move to the Thorny Woods for a third action. I'm not going to consider the general to be qualifying for this orc hatred. I know he's an orc general, but I believe the spirit of this card is that she can't leave orc minions behind. That would be sort of self-defeating if she was just constantly locked into a battle with an orc general. That wouldn't be very wise. So third action, we'll move to the Thorny Woods. Fourth action, we will attack them with an ambush. So rolling 4 dice plus 2 to each of the dice. Let's add another green and then maybe another red die here. So that's going to be +2. That's enough to kill all 3 of them. So she wiped out all of the orcs at the Thorny Woods. All right, we're going to take the sorceress and move her for her, I think that's the 5th action, to Heaven's Glade. She's there with 2 orcs and a dragonkin. She's going to spend her last action, I think, attacking the dragonkin, because the dragonkin is the one that can hurt her in her current disguise. So she's not going to get any ambush advantages here. This is just a single die trying to get a 5 or a 6. And we didn't do it. So as we wrap up her turn, the sorceress is actually going to take a point of damage from that dragonkin. And the other orcs will leave her alone because she looks like one of them. So we'll head into the evening. We'll draw her a couple of cards. Really hoping for blues. Special is nice. And that will wrap up her turn. As I finish this one, I do have a question. I just can't remember. I remember in my previous playthrough attacking the generals, I had a lot of heroes on the general space contributing their cards to the battle. These special cards, it says, can be played even on another player's turn, or it sounds like you can play it to help somebody even though they're not on your space. Can a hero that is at a different location, let's take our barbarian, our lone wolf barbarian. Maybe she has this special card. Can she play this to add a die to the hero that's fighting the general? So if there's a general battle going on some other location and you're not there, I know you can't contribute regular cards to the fight because you're not there. But can you contribute a regular, a special card to that fight when you're not at that location? I haven't yet found an answer for that. I don't even know if anybody has asked that same question. But I'm sort of thinking that the answer may be no. But let me know what you think about that. Can somebody add a special card to a general battle that isn't there? Not a regular die card, but they're not involved in the attack, but they're trying to give you a bonus with their special cards. Can they do that? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's where I'll stop today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you later.